Hello, can you hear me? How are we doing? I'm using the microphone that's on the camera, so I'm not really sure how we sound or anything. Just got Panda Express on to come back for a cooking stream. Hey, yeah, how do we sound? Do we sound okay? I know it's going to sound weird. I can tell you right now, it's going to sound super weird. Like I said, we're using the camera that's built into the mic into the. We're using the microphone that's built into the camera. Lilac in the hunt with the sub. Thank you so much. 2 month streak. Very, very nice. Dance, baby, dance. You don't want to see this dance. You don't want to see this trying to move with rhythm. There's quite a delay. Is there, Latimer, is there really a delay? Everything is set to 0. Yeah, I want to know if there's a delay. Everything is set to 0, so it should be right on the money. Huge delay. Jesus. How is there such a delay? What sound is coming first? Let's try. Sean, 17 months. 17 months. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this. Better or worse? No, audio is coming first. Yeah, there's about a 2-second delay. Sean, thank you so much. 17 months is unprecedented. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Lilac, for the 2 months. Better, much better. Okay. All right, so that's a little weird. Okay, that's a little weird. Okay, so I had a delay on everything set up because of the capture card. So what I did was I turned. This is obviously not hooked up to the capture card anymore. So I set everything back to 0, but it still requires the second. Oh, you know what? I have the video. Hold on, I know what it is. I'm gonna check. I'm sorry for taking this opportunity to fix all of this stuff. Um, Logitech camera. I know exactly what it is. Uh, hang on, because I do want this to work properly. That's what it is. Okay, and now. There we go. Now, how are we doing? We're back to even, right? We're making ramen? No, we are not making ramen. Hang on a second. Yeah, we're back to even, I think. Filters. Remove that filter. Yes. Okay. All right. I had the camera also set as a delay to match up with the gameplay, but I changed the audio and did not change the video, so everything is at 0, so we're actually level. Did I get demoted? Welcome everybody to a very special episode of The Silver Lining. Not special like an 80s or 90s TV sitcom where this is the episode where we find out someone was doing drugs or something. Special as in we are moved into a different room of the house. We are in the kitchen because I'm going to make dinner today. One of the reasons I've been wanting to do this is just because I do like to cook a few dishes from time to time. And I very, very much wanted to share that with you guys. The other reason is it has been a super duper slow week as far as topic discussions. And I figured what better time to have something else to do to take our minds off of that than to do this. But hello, Lilac, Aqua, Latimer, Agent Fox. Flipnote Rye, what's going on? Going through here. Sean, of course. Mert, what's happening? Lizard, I still see a mod thing on yours. Yeah, you got the sword. You got the sword. You got a sword. Yeah. Nice dream catcher in the background. Oh, do you like this is actually not a typical these are all bells and this is all metal. Jared, what's going on? Ooh, Jared's saying had pork chops and dirty rice. Well, you should clean it. Trav, what's happening? Trav, please keep up the 80s Transformer references. It gives me strength. Dreamcatcher with a demonic. Well, it's a pentacle, but it's still pretty great. All right. So how has everybody been? How has your week been? This is an odd format for me. Like this is me. Normally I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking something. Beth is on the couch or something. You know, she's watching TV or she's playing Fortnite. So this is an odd format that I'm in the kitchen and I'm having a conversation. My neighbor, who is also my mother-in-law, is probably over there thinking he has finally gone off the deep end. I'm gonna try and also keep up with the chat. Since I'm gonna be going back and forth, I'm gonna do some food prep here, and then the stove is over there. I wanted to keep the camera away from the stove because the stove obviously is going to be a little loud. I was wondering if that object display was a dream. It's like a dream catcher design, but it's metal, and then they're all actual bells on it. It's supposed to be a wind chime, but it's not very breezy right in that particular spot on the wall. My Homer Simpson oven mitt. Oh my God, can you see that? Okay, yeah, I have Homer, some Italian and. Mickey Mouse, I think that was a gift from someone. Oh yeah, another Homer, and the weird looking kitty cat, which I like. I don't know how you guys can hear me when I'm all the way over there. I think the microphone is like a, what the hell is it called? Static room mic or something. Jared saying, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Very much appreciated. For anybody else that has Twitch Prime, if you want to go ahead and see if you make sure your Twitch Prime is attached to your Amazon Prime. You get a free sub once a month that you are more than welcome to use here. Very, very much appreciated. I love your kitchen. It makes me cook. This is like half of it. What you can see is half of it. There's actually a restroom over here, a toilet over here, in an enclosed room, not like just out in the open. But I actually have, here. I'll show you guys. Here, I'll duck down and pan over. So you see we have a little restroom right there. It's a little bigger than that. For some reason, I'm looking at the resolution and it's making it look a little stretchy. So you see over here, this is... So yeah, 2 shelves, refrigerator full of stuff. Back. That's pretty much it. That thing that I closed was the door to the living room. You ever tried lugging the toilet up a flight of stairs? It was super average. Played the Spider-Man DLC for a bit. Yeah. It's more expanded. Yeah, it's a bigger kitchen than I thought. One of the things that I wanted when we moved was a bigger kitchen. I'm a person of simple things. I don't need a big extravagant bedroom. What I need is a bathroom that I'm comfortable moving in and a kitchen that I'm comfortable moving in. When I'm in the living room, I pretty much just sit on the couch, so I don't need gigantic amounts of room there, just enough to stretch my legs out. And that's pretty much it. Oh, we're actually getting a cookie stream. Yeah, hey Rocky Bear, hey Haunted, John Pancho, Ziego, what's happening? Yeah, we are gonna cook. This is normally the silver lining, so we normally do some discussions, but we are gonna also cook some food. I didn't actually plan out what order I was gonna do all of this in. Okay, I know what we're gonna do first. We're gonna do rice. I was torn. Minion, what's happening? What's going on here? We're in the kitchen. We are in the kitchen. Taking the ponytail, by the way. You got to keep your hair out of the way. What we are doing today, we are going to do something that I started doing a couple months ago, and I really like. It's not super challenging. That's the only thing. So this might not be. This ain't going to be a 2-hour episode for this. I do white rice, which I'm actually going to do white rice with brown rice mixed in, because I think I have some brown rice left, and brown rice is good for you. And then it is chicken and bok choy and like a garlic sesame sauce. I was debating whether or not I was going to make cornbread. I've never actually made cornbread before, but it turns out I have everything I need for it. But I'm like, I don't know. I've never done that before. I don't know if you guys want to sit here and watch me mix ingredients. I mean, the fact that you're going to watch me do this is amazing to me. My nephew is obsessed with rice right now. Jasmine rice is what I make. Jasmine rice is amazing. Okay. All right, chefs. Let's make a steak dinner. Spanish rice. No, this is not Spanish rice. This is rice as white as, I don't know. Rice as white as something that I'm not going to say because it might end up getting me in trouble. Yeah, this is Cooking Uncle. Spent like 2 hours watching Food. Yeah, see, Food Network is different, though. Food Network they're a much more organized show, or organized shows. The only thing is I feel like they get snobby with the stuff that they make. Like, oh, we're gonna make ham from this specific part of the pig. It's like, just cook the food. Yeah, this sure looks like a great place to find some ingredients. What makes jasmine rice so good? It's a very fragrant rice that has an a sort of different taste to it. I like how it's a bit stickier, depending on how much or how little you wash it. Is this an intentional throwback stream with a 2008 quality? No, Minion. This is a cooking stream without a professional setup. So I'm using the camera from my microphone. So I hope that it does not sound awful, and I apologize if it does, and everybody's too kind to actually tell me that. Middle babysitter, my little cousin. What you doing? We're gonna cook. We're gonna cook. All right. You're actually on top of cabinets right now, so I don't... It's tolerable. Oh, see, that hurts. Yeah, I guess I just don't have any filters or anything. Everyone, Cream the Rabbit, what's going on? The mic quality isn't outstanding, but it's not ruining the stream. Okay, so that's all right then. The audio could be worse. I kind of wish I was recording the audio separately, and then I could edit the audio, like clean it up, and then reattach it. But I didn't think to do that, so I'm not doing that. All right, so first thing I got my handy dandy rice cooker here. If you like rice, white rice, in any capacity, it's like it's like 15, 20 bucks. It is amazing. I discovered the joys of rice cookers a long time ago and have never looked back. Let's get it right. It's oh my god, it's so amazing. I mean, I say white rice, but it doesn't. Basically, it does not do. You're not supposed to put seasonings, seasoned rice in it. You're not supposed to put a whole bunch of other ingredients and stuff. Like it's for rice. But I use brown rice. I use jasmine rice. It's all the same thing. My wife makes some amazing rice. I'm sure she does. I know Spanish rice is more complicated, which I never got the hang of it. So we're gonna do go rice or go home. I'm gonna make a ton of this. Yeah. Basically, I'm just getting rid of the brown rice. love the Zatarain's dirty rice. Anything to go with the rice? Yes. We're gonna do chicken and bok choy in a garlic sesame sauce, which sounds more complicated than it is, but is still pretty amazing. And I'm still debating whether or not I want to make cornbread. I love sticky. Yeah, it's basically like sticky rice. It's not like mochi rice. As far as jasmine rice goes, it's not like mochi rice or anything, or sushi rice, which I don't think is the same as mochi rice. Okay, we got 5 little cups here. So I make cornbread when you can make popcorn. I don't actually eat rice unless it has gravy on it. Agent Fox, I do white rice, and then I do like a pepper steak with brown gravy. That's an awesome meal. Replace bok choy with broccoli, and I'd be sold. I like bok. I don't like broccoli. I like bok choy. I was surprised I even like bok choy, to be honest with you. Okay, so we need. All right, so here comes the weird. This is for anybody out there that cooks. Do you wash your rice? This is always apparently this is a very weird topic. Actually, I washed my hands before we started, but I'm gonna wash them again, or just rinse them. So this is all copyrighted recipes, right? For me, it would be along the lines of fish, rice, and veggies. Okay. I don't wash my rice. I think my grandma does, maybe. It takes off sort of a dusty coating that's on there. Like if I got this in water right now, the water would turn like a cloudy white, which is like coming off of the rice, and it takes forever to wash rice. It's a pain in the ass. When you don't wash it, the rice is a little more sticky, which is fine either way. It's not like if you don't wash it, it's Play-Doh, and if you do wash it, you can see the pores on every individual grain of rice. It's nothing like that. Doesn't the starchiness or unwashed rice actually improve? It does, John Pancho. It does improve some recipes. In some places, you're not supposed to wash the rice because the rice is enriched. So it's got like extra vitamins and stuff, and some people believe that washing it takes away some of that. The thing is, you do this with white rice, not with brown rice. Since I'm basically 1-to-1 with brown and white rice, so I'm not really going to bother washing it, but I'm going to mix them up so that they're sort of all mixed up. All mixed up, don't know what to do. I think that was 311. I don't know where that came from. I was going to go out to the store, my brother took the car. We share a car, so now I have to wait for my dad to come home and ask him to take me. I wanted to go by myself, but that's not happening. I guess it's my fault since I didn't tell him earlier that I wanted the car. Sorry to ramble, I'm just really upset and sad. Well, Cream the Rabbit, I know you're upset, and I know you're sad, but you're here with us. Doesn't that sort of help a little bit? God, I hope so. Where's the Sage Cooks part of the cooking episode? Sage doesn't typically come in here. I usually keep him out just because he gets on top of everything and he starts licking things. And there's always I am not the. This kitchen is actually pretty clean right now for what it normally looks like. Yesterday it was a mess. So there's always some plate or bowl for him to lick. What kind of rice is typically used with curry? I am not sure. I know that there's a rice called basmati rice. Maybe that's it. Truth be told, I just don't know. All right. So you see, all we did was put the rice in. Put as many of these little cups of water as we put rice. As we put cups of rice. Juiciness. Put the lid on it. Set it to set it to cook. That's it. That's all you do with the rice. Yeah, you do equal cut. Yeah, it's for the rice cooker, it's the same. You just do 1-to-1. Sometimes I'll put a little bit more. If I'm making brown rice, I'll put like literally a tablespoon or two more, just because brown rice takes longer to absorb the water. So the rice cooker does. It's not like you set it to brown rice, so it'll say done, but the rice will still be a little bit hard. For brown rice, I usually leave it a lot longer, and it only takes like 5-10 minutes. I like your ponytail. Thank you. It's the easiest way to keep it out of my hair. I discovered sticking it all the way up and wrapping it up at night, and I'm still new to long hair, so I'm still learning things. But I discovered wrapping it up at night, and then I wake up in the morning and I bring it down and I brush it, and it's fine. Tap water gives you your daily amount of iron and lead. Okay. Next is where did I put the chicken? The chicken. Do I do the chicken or the bok choy? Yep, let's do the bok choy. Oh, crappers. Hold on 1 second. We're going to make a move. Oh! Sorry, you were in my way. Do I use any products in my hair? I use argan oil after I shower when my hair is damp. You get a lot of argan oil in there, and then that's it until I straighten it. After I straighten it, there's this Garnier Fructis or something. It's like an oil. It's Sleek and Shine. It's called Sleek and Shine, and I use that. Maybe every couple of days. You don't. That's an oil that stays in your hair. And my hair is already pretty oily. That will keep it straight. I don't wash it very often because you shouldn't wash your hair too often. Maybe once or twice a week, and then that usually lasts me the entire time. Is there a best time of day or week to drink? The alcohol, the weekend, because I got things to do during the week. Yeah, I would say the weekend just because I have things to do during the week. I don't like drinking too much on Fridays just because typically I've already worked a full day and I'm usually tired on Friday. If I drink, it's going to be like a Saturday night when I don't have anything to do Sunday, preferably Monday also. All right. Okay. Oh, that's a piece of salmon. That's bok choy. Yeah, it's when you get older, it takes you longer and longer to recover from being drunk or drinking excessively. If you're talking a few drinks, you're fine any time of the week, really, if you assuming you can handle your alcohol and you've built a tolerance to it. But as far as like partying drinking, yeah, I usually wait for Saturday. Truth be told, I usually wait for either MagFest or Too Many Games. Turning 21 next month. Any recommended drinks? Not really. I probably shouldn't be recommending anybody any drinks. I've had my fair share. Okay. Bok choy. I had to go to 2 different stores this time. The supermarket where I normally go to, they had one bunch of this, and it was ridiculously terrible. Tequila with whiskey as a chaser. Oh, is that sage? Is that the sound of sagers? That is the sound of sagers. No. Aha. I hear the more you get used to drinking, the better the taste. Not necessarily the better the taste. You just get used to it better. Laugh for sagers. Meow. 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 All right. Okay. No, buddy, that's not food. Insistent. He's very, very much like I'm in now. See, now he realized. I think that's why he wasn't here before. He didn't realize I was in here. Now I'm in here, so oh my god, I've got to have something for him because you know how much he loves bok choy. Very important. Wash stuff like this. You can see that it's very, very dirty. Like you can see it once you open them up. I usually open them up, clean them out, and then, yeah, so you can see this is part of it. All that stuff is not supposed to be there. Yeah. So you can see that it's not. I mean, these are you know, they're ground vegetables. It's all packed in there, so it's not like they could sit there and clean it all. So you have to make sure that you do that yourself. So, how about that Star Wars trailer? As we're getting into topics. By the way, I don't have my soundboard or anything, obviously, since I'm downstairs in the kitchen. So this is going to be a sound and GIF free. I could probably click that stuff, but I've never used a knife sharpener in my life. Do those help? Yes. Okay, so what it is with this thing, this is what you're talking about. It's like, this is not a sharpening. I think it's like a straightening rod or something. The point of your knife is when you can't see it, even though you can't see it, overuse, it sort of bends. So the straightening thing will just sort of bend it back in place. A sharpener would actually sharpen it. From Gamer Girl to Gordon Ramsay. I am neither one of those things. Chefs all over the world using it to improve the quality of cutting food perfectly. It also helps keep the blades from getting dull. Yeah. I need to make up my own sound effects and GIFs. Like, oh no, it's Chris Farley dancing. Oh, it's Mega Man. You get the Mega Man GIF. God, don't ever let me do that again. Yeah, the Star Wars trailer, that was... I don't hate it. I'll be honest with you. It looks like a pretty exciting trailer. I have the sneaky suspicion. All right, so in episode 7, after episode 7 came out, I remember thinking, she's going to be Luke's daughter. Rey is going to be Luke's daughter. At least I kept my shirt on while I did the impression. Yeah, it was a trailer largely full of nothing. Yeah, realistically, it was an action trailer. I remember thinking after episode 7, they're going to make her Luke's daughter. It's going to be like Luke's daughter versus Han's kid, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted it to be Luke's daughter just because that would possibly introduce Mara Jade Skywalker. They did not go that way. I know that there's another theory that it is Obi-Wan's granddaughter. I kind of like that. Haha. I haven't been on here for about a month, but now the microphone is off. Is the microphone off? That Unk's got a new studio. No. My theory is that the Star Wars movies are bad now. Yeah, I feel like the idea is that she's a Kenobi. I think that would be better. I think that would be much better. Now, the question is, the title is called The Rise of Skywalker. When did they say that in the movies? Because hasn't the whole thing about the title of the movie been, oh, this is a name that was mentioned before. Or this is something that was said before. Because I thought it was going to be Episode 9, The Sacred Text. Alright, I can cut these. More than one. Kai Linux, thank you so much for the invitation to the host club. Hopefully anybody watching this finds out that it's not, this is not indicative of what we normally do. The louder I speak, the microphone kind of statics, like blowing into the microphone. Yeah, this is like a room microphone that's on the camera. So when I talk, the echo probably makes it a lot worse than it should be. This could be done weekly though. It's a little complicated to set up, just because I've got wires running through my living room. Like I've got my this is hardline. I will not stream over Wi-Fi ever again. I've tried that before and it doesn't work. So I've literally got a hardline Ethernet cable running from my cable modem across my living room through my kitchen into here. Silverware. Oh my God, Kai Linux, a show where I go to random people's, not random people, not I'm just busting to random people's houses, but like we go to friends' kitchens and stuff, and we stream cooking from there, and it's called Silverware. Oh my God, dude, that's like $1 million idea. I mean, you know, busting like the Kool-Aid man. Yeah, called Silverware, and then you don't know whose kitchen I'm hanging out at until it's time. That's a bad idea, random people. Let's do this, and this, and this. It's like playing Tetris. And then this, and then, oh, that was a mistake. Grocery shopping with Uncle. Can I get 10%? All right. Okay. All right. So we're all choyed up. What was the guy's name from King of Fighters? Choi Bong? Was it Choi Bong? Was one of the characters' names from King of Fighters? All right. So we're gonna put this over here. Now we got some chicken. Enter random people's houses sound like many RPGs. Yeah, you just walk in. J-Punks, that's exactly what RPGs are. Just walk in. Meanwhile, there's people standing there going, "What are you doing?" Or they're terrified because I've got a sword and everything, and they're afraid I'm going to hurt them. Going against Guy Fieri. My locks get long enough for a opponent. I have no interest in like the braid or anything. I think that's the weird thing. I have no interest in doing a braid. All right, so we got 2 pieces of chicken. Try and wash them. I like to wash them off in cold water. Don't wash off in hot water. If the water's too hot, it will actually start to cook the edges a little bit. Okay. We thought about doing the man bun. Not to go out. I don't go out like this. Actually, yes, I do. I do. But yeah, not to go out. I never thought about doing that. Like, oh, we're gonna go and, you know, let me bun up and then we'll head out. Yes, I use boneless, skinless chicken breast. For the most part, I don't think I eat any other kind of chicken. In the summer, I'll do bacon wrapped thighs, just because every once in a while I like that. But that's not common. Normally, it's boneless, skinless chicken breast. Chicken is a very, very basic flavor. It'll do whatever you tell it to do. If you put salt on it, it'll be salty. If you put sugar on it, it'll be sugary. Am I doing friend? Am I? I unfriend you. Am I doing fried? I'm gonna say that was fried. Or baked chicken. No, this is fried, but not in a whole lot of oil. Okay. Cut out the fatty parts. My apologies to anybody who is... I know we have some vegetarians in the stream. I don't know if they're here today, but... I say my apologies, but it's weird to apologize for something like that, but I know that this is not everybody's thing, so I try not to be very much the... Well, deal with it. Like, I like chicken. Not a fan of boneless chicken thighs. I like chicken thighs. I do. Their chicken thighs are actually dark meat that I can get into. I don't like the bone in. I don't like legs. I don't like drumsticks. And wings, it's funny. I like wings from the Chinese food places, but not just regular wings. And I don't know when people decided that putting blue cheese with wings is a thing. Okay. Hang on. I got my Discord open. How are we doing as far as frame drops or anything? Are we dropping frames? I didn't actually check that out. Hang on a second here. Well, we haven't dropped any frames yet. They say light meat is healthier than dark meat. Yeah, that's what I always hear. Worst cooks in America on Food Network. No, I never watched that. I actually don't have cable right now. So I don't have access to the Food Network. Sometimes that stuff is fun. I haven't noticed it. Yeah, it says that it's not dropping any frames. Remember when we were upstairs and we'd be dropping frames left and right when I went... we're not full camera. Full camera would always drop a bunch of frames. But then we would drop frames when we were getting donations and notifications and stuff. And I don't know, for some reason, it's working down here. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing cooking streams. Oh, yeah, so I dropped this healthy. All right, you're getting there. You're at that. Are you going for the long hair, Haunted? Are you going for long hair, or Yeah, I remember when it used to drop. You know when that was? That was before the camera, the new computer, which I still have not given a name yet, but I think I do have one. Medium long. Okay, so kind of like mine. I think mine is getting full blown long. You got a ways to go. It's going to be a pain in the ass. The best thing I could recommend to you is to start looking up different things to do with your hair now at the length that it is, and then adjust that as it gets longer. I had a rant about Disney ready to go for the silver lining. Lilac for the 100 bits. Thank you very, very much. The computer I dubbed the Gregonator. No, you know what? By the way, this is we haven't even really talked about Star Wars. One of the reasons I wanted to build my own computer was in memory of a friend of mine who passed away some years ago, Pedro. So I think the computer is probably going to be like Pedro 2 or something. Just because it why is there a pentagram? I don't know. It just, I look at it and I remember him, and I think that he would be kind of proud of what I did. At least I hope he would be. I know him. He's one of the people who would have looked at it and said, "Well, now you need more lights." You know what I mean? So, and he would have just been joking, but I would have loved it. So yeah, I one of the reasons I wanted to do that was because of him. Uncle, when are you going to use the Homer Simpson? Well, I haven't been to the stove yet. I got to go to the stove. I'm sitting here rapping with you guys. God, that's doesn't that make me sound like hey there, fellow kids? Okay. Name it Pedro 2. Immortalize him. I get a. It has an acrylic side. Maybe I should get a picture of him and etch it into the side. Uncle rapping with us, dropping sick beats. Okay, so yeah, the Star Wars thing. I worry that they're gonna make it. That they are gonna do what I thought, which is to make Rey Luke's daughter. The funny thing is, I kind of thought that was. I thought that from the beginning, so I would not be surprised if that's what they did. I think my only problem with that is that it's a little dull. You know, we've already done the whole "I am your father" sort of thing, so it doesn't seem as exciting. I don't know. Oh, later, Lizard. Have a good one. I'm just gonna make the fanboys who are upset happy. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that. I think it would have to be a matter of how they make it play out. If it feels like something that they just sort of throw in there, for any Harry Potter fans, Harry Potter, the Half-Blood Prince, the actual Half-Blood Prince part of the movie in the book was so unimportant. It just, in the movie, it's even less important. Like, you get to the end and it's like, I'm the Half-Blood Prince. Who cares? It has nothing to do with anything anymore. It was basically Deathly Hallows 0. I don't think Rey's Luke's kid. Kylo is still part Skywalker, so it could be the rise of him and Rey. It could be the rise of Kylo's Skywalker side, the good side in him. You know, the whole idea with the Anakin, Darth Vader, he turns around at the end of Episode 6, was that it's sort of he sheds the Darth Vader aspect of himself and the Skywalker side of him comes up. It's almost like the Skywalker side represents good. So maybe the rise of Skywalker is maybe it is that Rey is a Skywalker also, but then Kylo is now, he embraces his Skywalker side, which I don't know. I don't know if that, I guess the only way that works would be to bring back a villain to have, because if you make Kylo a good guy, which they sort of did in Episode 8, you don't have a villain. Unless you bring back Darth Sidious, which is apparently what was teased at the end of it. Technically, the Skywalker side is his bad side, and the Solo side is his good side. Yeah, okay, I guess you're right with that. I guess technically you are right with that. I got a question, Unc. If they asked you to come up with the next major plot for the next Star Wars movie, what would you like to do and with who? When you say the next Star Wars movie, do you mean Episode 10 or do you mean a Star Wars story? It was fully confirmed that was Palpatine's laugh. Yeah, so it was actually Palpatine's laugh. Maybe it's Palpatine's Force Ghost. Maybe Darth Sidious... Maybe Darth Plagueis was Darth Sidious's master. He learned how to be a Force Ghost, and he's going to come back as a Force Ghost. Episode 10. What would I do for Episode 10? I'm very not happy with the new trilogy, so I'll bite my tongue before I start saying insulting things. Haunted Bone, you can insult Star Wars all you want, just don't insult the fans, because that's sort of... Well, you can insult the baby fans, the ones that are whiny little chumps about what's going on. Like, there are things that I don't like, but I'm not going to sit there and whine like a baby about what's going on. Are the Star Wars games still canon? You would have to look that up, Agent Fox, because there are some newer ones are, older ones are not. Episode 10, The Saga Strikes Back. What would I do for an Episode 10 story? A new Jedi Order, I think is the. I think the only way you can really make it interesting. See, the numbered series should be about the Jedi sagas. So there should always be Jedi. There should always be Sith. I like the idea of ending Episode 9 with the beginning of a new Jedi Order, and having Episode 10 be their adventures. It doesn't have to be big and dramatic. I mean, obviously, you want some relative scale to what's happening in the movie, but there's only so many times you can do the fight for the galaxy, and it's just not interesting anymore. You know, that was the problem with this trilogy, because Episode 7 was basically Episode 4 twice. Thanos snapped the universe expanded. Star Wars expanded universe is non-canon unless said by Disney. Disney just hit the delete. Knights of the Old Republic. I'm not familiar with the Knights of the Old Republic. My understanding is that those were older stories. It'll work though. I think the Knights of the Old Republic was older stories. I mean, the number of movies are really just Star Wars, the Skywalker. Yeah, so far they've been the Skywalker story. But that actually still works if one of these two proves to be the rise of the Skywalker that's mentioned in the title. Okay. We're going to cook. I'm going to be a little bit away from chat. Here, let me... Actually, here. I can move us a little bit closer. Alright. So the rice is actually done. The little thing popped up. Stretch the camera out a little. There we go. Are the Knights of Ren a thing in the movies yet? Weren't they? I thought they were. Take my glasses off. Yeah, I'm just... As much as I'm a fan of Star Wars, I'm a fan of the movies. I'm just not too well-versed in some of the other stuff. I never really played the games. And then, once they said expanded universe, instead of just part of the actual universe, I kind of stopped paying attention. I think the only thing I did for Star Wars that was not... the movies was a little bit of the series, the Clone Wars series, and I read Shadows of the Empire, which is a spectacular book that apparently doesn't mean anything anymore. Unless they said that Shadows of the Empire... See, Shadows of the Empire is the story between episodes 5 and 6. So that actually still fits in the timeline. There's nothing happened in those books that should not work now. Yeah, other than like Dash Rendar, Shizor, which I think they brought Dash Rendar into the Clone Wars, didn't they? I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan. Ninja Turtles, I was a fan in the beginning. As I got older, Ninja Turtles did not, so I just kind of grew out of it. Yeah, I don't know if it's better or worse. All right, hopefully this doesn't get too loud. Oil up the pan. Yeah. Come on. Sorry, trying to cover all the pan with oil. Cooking stream, Kelvin the Kid. What's going on? Name before Greg starts a cooking fire. Haunted. I've never started a cooking fire. What I have done was when I was making fish. Fish is very, very, very flammable. Like the oil that comes off of it for some reason is real flammable. I have been making it, flipped it, and the splatter set the pan on fire. So I'm sitting here going... Bake a cake one. Oh, I love baking cakes. I haven't baked a cake in a long time. Dash Renard is the protagonist of the N64 game. Yeah, he was in... Well, he's the protagonist in Shadows of the Empire, the game. In the book, he's a character... Like, he's not the main character that we follow, because the book goes from spot to spot. The book goes back to Luke building his lightsaber on Tatooine, searching... it goes back to Leia searching for Han. And like it covers her getting the Bosch outfit, which is the outfit she's in the beginning of episode 6. It covers like her finding him. I think it covers the Bothan spy network, getting the plans for the new Death Star and getting it to the Alliance or to the Rebellion. Didn't even know was there a PC version of Shadows of the Empire? I've never played that game. I think I have it, and I've never played it. It's N64. It's N64 games I just didn't play very much. Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money. There has been speculation about them making that movie forever, and it's never. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I still want the Green Ranger's blade flute. Oh God, yeah. How great of a toy was that? Oh, there was a piece. Yeah. Oh, I may have to. Kylinix, would you know if anybody ever did any new texture patches for it? Because playing that with new textures would be kind of awesome. Back, what are we talking? We were talking about the Star Wars movie, but you know, we're just sort of straight off in the Star Wars general discussion. Okay. Yeah. I would recommend Shadows of the Empire and the N64 if you get a chance. I don't know if they've got texture packs. I do know it's 60 FPS and more. Ooh, and more things to render. I don't have my sound effects. Fighting with the stove and losing. Best version of Power. I'm not too familiar with Power Rangers enough to say. I'm still. Whatever version had when the White Ranger was introduced. To me, for what I saw, the introduction and reveal of who the White Ranger was probably the best thing to happen on Power Rangers. Again, I just don't know. Monster was a Monster Hunter, man. Is Uncle cooking chicken or bacon? Chicken. I have done bacon wrapped chicken, though. Bacon wrapped chicken is amazing, but I do that in the oven. I forgot to put salt in the oil. Oh, so when you put salt in the oil, it reduces the splatter. And cover that a little. Doing lightsaber battles with fried chicken. You know what I need? I need that gif of me fighting the chicken, but with the Duel of Fates. Would be fighting with the chicken? Oh my god, that would be great.
Favorite Rangers, Green Ranger, Tommy Oliver. Favorite season between Dino Thunder and SPD.
Yeah, when the White Ranger, when the White Ranger was first introduced, there was a whole speculation about who it was going to be because we didn't know. When you're older and you watch it, you're like, oh, it's him, but you still kind of hope. And when you're a kid, you're watching it and it's amazing. When they revealed who it was amazing. I remember being in the house with a few other people and we were like screaming our heads off that it happened. When he took his helmet off, we were amazed.
I always care about the 80s Turtles and the 2012 Turtles. What about the 2003 Turtle? I don't think people like them very much. Can we please get a few fighting with the stove? Best condiment. I don't, believe it or not, there aren't a lot of condiments that I like. Barbecue sauce. If barbecue sauce counts as a condiment, then yeah, it's going to be barbecue sauce. Yeah, me fighting with this with Duel of Fates as the song. Oh, the Flash, was that the Flash Forward Turtles, the one where they had the gravity suits? They were from the future. Tommy is basically Zordon now. Is it Tommy? Wasn't David Yost Billy? Billy, was his name Billy Yost? I think they just made him the same last name. Oh, no. Was he Billy Cranston? Wasn't he like he started to become the sort of Zordon character where he was always in the base helping out the new Rangers? They're the return to the Flash Forward series. Yeah, Billy Cranston. And Awesome Surge. Do you remember why his last name was Billy Cranston? Because I don't think it was a coincidence. I think it was actually intentional. The 03 Turtles are referred to. Yeah, they're the Flash Forward Turtles. Yeah, they were the ones that had like these gravity manipulators, and then they met the Turtles from the past. He was the Zordon character when Zordon was still around, but he left the show because of. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that being a problem. Oh, permission to download and add Zelda music and sound effects? What? Oh.
Okay. You want to wait till the chicken is white or a little bit yellow? That usually means it's cooked all the way through. Now, I can go a couple different ways with this. What I normally do is a little bit of rice vinegar. I'm doing that like you can see it from there. Rice vinegar. Gives it a little bit of a tangy sort of flavor and stretches out the sauce that I'm going to use. And then I use this stuff. Iron Chef Sesame Garlic Sauce. It's like $5 a bottle, but I get them on sale for like $3 or $4. Yeah, the David Yost stuff, I don't remember exactly what it was. I just knew that it wasn't very pleasant. Alright. I'm going to put the bok choy in. Put some sesame garlic sauce. This was only like half a bottle, and then I've got more over here. Okay. Oh, so good. And then we will a little more. Okay. Cut the heat down a little bit.
You let that saute for a few minutes, or I don't know. Cook. I'm using the word saute like I know what the hell it means. Let's see here. Let me scroll up to see if I missed anything. Favorite version of Robin. I don't remember Robin being in Power Rangers, but I like Carrie Kelly. I think one of the reasons I like Carrie Kelly is just because I like that version of Batman. Carrie Kelly is the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns Batman, or Legends of the Dark Knight. I pretty much only like that character just because I like that Batman. That really is it. I did not like Damian. Jason Todd was okay. I guess really Dick Grayson. My problem with Dick Grayson is that I also like Nightwing, so I can't have them both. Never heard of rice vinegar. Oh, Amy Jo. Hold on, let me scroll back up here. So I'm missing some stuff. Most of the Rangers view him as a superior ranger. He is a master morpher. That must be what's it called? Tommy, right? That's what the hell's his name? Jason? Is it Jason David Frank? Who is Jason David Frank? Johnny Young Bosch had the infamous line in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers film, "I'm a frog." Jason David Frank is Tommy. Okay, and then what was okay? So this was Jason David Frank was Tommy. Which one was Jason? What was his? Wasn't his name Tommy something? I'll always be partial to Dick Grayson. Yeah, I like Dick Grayson. I thought he was basic, but that was sort of Robin's whole thing. Austin St. John. Okay. He gave his power to another. He doesn't transform. Okay. Isn't that the version of Batman that actually kills criminals? No, you're thinking of the right one. That's him. That's it. Depending on Jason's Lee Scott. Okay. Austin St. John, Jason David Frank. These three named people are killing me here. The three names are dangerous because you got Lee Harvey Oswald, you got John Wilkes Booth. It's just not safe. You guys know who voiced the original Leonardo in the cartoon series. Back then, I really didn't care who, and I don't mean to make it sound like that, but I was a kid. I really didn't care who the voices were. Though I did notice a lot of shows where the voice actors I recognized right off the bat. It was the 90s. What do you expect? Gotta be extreme! So it should be okay. Oh, yeah. Delicious. The only thing I don't like about this that I need to learn how to change, the liquid that sort of develops is very thin, and I like it to be thicker for rice. Because as it's thin, it'll just sink right through the rice. Oh, it's the exact same voice actor as Liquid Snake. Liquid Snake! What Power Ranger would I be? I don't know. Is there a Brown Ranger? I could be the Brown Ranger. Go, Brown Ranger! Go! But it's just me on the couch. Add flour or cornstarch to thick. Yeah, see that? I've tried the flour thing. The problem is that I'd have to add it to the whole mix, and I don't really want to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just pour it out into a container and then mix it that way. Make it a little more thick. What bowl do I use? Yeah.
Be the Green Ranger, no doubt. Yeah, if there's a Brown Ranger, I'm all about it. Let me be the Brown Ranger. Cooking episode. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, we didn't. Nick, we didn't. Welcome, by the way. We didn't really have a lot to talk about on a regular episode of The Silver Lining, and I've always wanted to do a cooking episode, or at least I've wanted to for a while. So I figured, you know what, this is a perfect week to do it. We can distract ourselves with food talk and food and cooking while we talk about whatever. We were talking about Star Wars earlier. Rocky 2689, subscribe with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, very much appreciated. That Twitch Prime money will go towards more rice, which will probably go towards more cooking streams. How about that? You ever watch Hot Ones? Gordon Ramsay episode was pretty good. I never watched Hot Ones. I used to watch Kitchen Nightmares and whatever the cooking show was. I forget what was the cooking show that he had? The competition show. I used to watch. We used to watch that like the first few seasons. We watched it a lot. That show actually started to piss us off because it was supposed to be amateur chefs and cooks, and then you get people who, well, I've worked in this restaurant for 4 years. It's like, you're not an amateur. You're not a regular Joe cooking food. You're a professional chef. Was it MasterChef? No, not. Was it MasterChef? That doesn't sound right. That was a YouTube channel. Okay. They eat chicken wings with varying levels of heat. These days they got celebrity. Oh, no. No, I've never watched that. I'll have to check an episode of that out. I'm not a big wing guy, but I do like seeing people play it up. Power Ranger Civil War, yeah. Power Ranger Civil War. You know what, flip note? I like the idea of Rangers having to pass on their powers to the next group of Rangers for one reason or another, and then not wanting to. Watch Gordon Ramsay get fired up. That sounds like an interesting concept to me. You know, when it's time for Rangers to step down and pass the torch to new Rangers, what happens when they don't want to? That happened in a season in Sentai. Yeah, and not just evil. See, the problem with that sort of setup is that you always get the same situation, which is they turn to evil. And that's why they're changing it up and they don't want to give up that power. Don't make them evil. What if they don't want to give up the Ranger power because they want to help people and they think they can do it better than the new ones? Like, that's interesting to me. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that. I know that they're... And you know how it's going to end. You know how it's going to end with them teaming up and the old Rangers are going to get hurt and then the new Rangers are going to win the day and they're going to say, well, I guess you can handle it, and they're going to pass on the power. Both keep their powers, aka they do their own thing. See, now the problem with that is you get two different seasons, you get two different casts for Criminal Intent. If you ever watched Law & Order Criminal Intent, they had this sort of schism where all of a sudden for a while it was the same show with two different casts, two different sets of detectives. It's like, what the hell's happening? Sounds like the anti-hero storyline, yeah. Kind of like Batman and Yeah, think Batman and Batman Beyond. But Batman is still Batman. Because Beyond, he stopped being Batman because he knew that he wasn't going to be able to do it anymore. Power Rangers Battle Royale. Batman Beyond was amazing, too. I love Batman Beyond. Why can't we have an orange Ranger? Yeah, where's the orange Ranger? Did we get a purple Ranger? Purple Ranger. Purple! Thank God I'm not the one writing these songs. That would not be interesting at all. So, okay, guys. We got the Orange Ranger. I've written the perfect song for them. Are you just saying Orange Ranger over and over again? Yes. In later seasons, wait 3 to 5 years for Orange or Purple Rangers. Ooh, Shadow Ranger. Orange Ranger was the cat girl. Purple was the commander. Was that sounds more like Miraculous Ladybug and Cat Noir. All right, so hang on a second here. I'm gonna make some food. We're probably closing in on the end here. Hey, Straight De Niro. I saw Straight De Niro pop in. Holy smokes! Assuming Straight De Niro is still here. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen that name. What is happening? Ow! 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 Sorry, the sides of the rice cooker are hot. Ow! I usually dress this up a little bit better. I should have dressed it up better. I can smell the jasmine rice and I can smell the brown rice, and it's kind of amazing. Okay. Straight De Niro, I'm here. I'm here. I'm near. Get used to it. Alrighty. And oh wait, I need fancy spoon. Fancy spoon. Where's the fancy spoon? Here we go. Alright. Oh man, it's looking good. That's some veggies, which hard for me to say that. Veggies, but yeah, that's bok choy, all right. Okay, a little bit of that. Biggest problem with rice is that rice can be very, very dry, especially in the rice cooker. So it's always good to have a little bit of some kind of liquid to go with it. I'm going to try and dress it up so that it looks good on camera. Okay. This stuff is good for making a sauce, but you can actually just put it right on the food. I usually like a little bit more of it. But I'm running out, so there isn't much in the container, in the bottle. Okay. That looks all done. Silver! Oh my gosh, Silver Ranger. Oh, I do like the idea of a Silver Ranger. That does sound perfect. I'm the Silver Ranger here in the show. No guts, no glory. Okay. Right? I mean, the coloring is off because it looks terrible. But, yeah. That is chicken and bok choy with a sesame garlic sauce and white rice. Put the pick in Discord. Uncle Spoiler saying how Saban messed up their own Ranger. What animal will Greg have as the... Oh my god. Silver Ranger... I mean, I'm a pretty hairy dude, so I guess Silverback Gorilla might actually work well. Like an osprey, something that's silver, something that's naturally gray. Lilac, thank you for the 50 bits for the new Gordon Ramsay. I'm not the new Gordon Ramsay. I didn't curse at anything today.
I mean, I'll take it because I'm sure Gordon Ramsay's loaded. Or at least has some good money. Would my weapon be the internet? No, you know what my weapon would be? A giant sword with the word sarcasm written on it. And when I swing it, I would go, oh yeah, you're dangerous. Silver Rangers are a thing. And Lightspeed Rescue, there's the Titanium Ranger. I like Platinum. Platinum, I'm a fan of Platinum. Okay. Alright, so that food is going to get eaten. Thank you, everybody, for... Where am I here? Thank you, everybody, for stopping in, for hanging out here in the kitchen. I know it's a little bit shorter of an episode. They're just, you know... check the pic. I checked the pic. I didn't see anything. Hold on. I'm not seeing a pic. Where'd you put the pic? You said you put it in Discord? Where? Is it in spoiler chat, maybe? Oh, it's in spoiler chat. Hold on. I don't like the V on the forehead. I don't like the V on the helmet. And the Y on the chest looks like he had an autopsy. Maybe it's better in motion. Yeah, I don't like the V on the face. The Y is just me being a smartass. Gordon Ramsay estimated net worth of $190 million. Pfft, yeah. Good luck if you're playing Tetris, Sydney. Yes, I am. I think I'm up to like 450 points or something, which is not really great. I didn't get to play much earlier. Yeah, oh, that's the Titanium Ranger. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go. I'm going to eat this food before it cools down. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out on this very experimental stream. Let me know if you're watching this on YouTube. Follow the links down below to follow me on Twitch and Twitter. And let me know in the comments what you thought of this format. If you liked what I was doing here, if you think that it's fine, but the camera angle's in the wrong place. I know the audio is a little funky, which I'm going to hear myself later on. So if it is really that bad, I'm going to try and figure out a way to filter all of that out. But I mean, the setup here actually works relatively well, so this is very feasible to do. If you're watching right now, of course, follow me on YouTube and Twitter again. More cooking. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. At the time of this recording, the Tetris Maximus Cup, the second Maximus Cup, is going on, so be sure to play some Tetris. And if not, just play some Tetris anyway, because Tetris 99 is an amazing game. I will see you all next time.